when there's a primary health care center.
Economic downturn, food and nutrition in second.
There, are you an health-conscious audience? Do you care to have quality information about your health living? Do you care to safeguard your health and your family members' health? Are you curious to stay medically informed about global health trends and discoveries? Then, what will get you covered? Join us every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on our program, Your Program, Healthline. It comes over every Tuesday at 11 a.m. It's informative, it's empowering, and of course, it's safeguarding. Don't miss it.
Action!
Yes, ma'am. He's an if I will. I say, ma'am. I will do that. Don't be able to quit.
I'm coming here.
But I never buy 185. I'm not going to 49. What do you have to 49? Àwọn èèyàn tó ní wọ́n fi ń ṣe mọ́ngínà ọjà tí wọ́n ní sí o.
Ìlọrin ìṣèlú fìtínàfà. Ìlọrin ìṣèlú jàgídíjàgan ìlú tó jìnnà síná tó sí.
Mo mọ̀ báyìí náà mọ̀ kí wà káàbọ̀ sẹ́rí ètò yìí ètò wa ni.
Ètò yìí ètò wa nílò dá wa. Ètò yìí ní máa sọ fún wa kí ni ìṣe kí lásà tó so pa.
kò síbi kan tí wọ́n ti rí wo.
tójú Kwara ti rí.
Nílọrin la wà àwọn ẹ̀dọ̀ kí n ti ń bẹ ńlọrin nílọrin la wà. Nílọrin la wà fún ọmọ Ìlọrin fún olólùfẹ́ Ìlọrin.
ìlú Ìlọrin ìṣèlú fìtínà fa.
Gèrè alimi ló wà o. Gèrè alimi ló wà. Gbogbo nǹkan dára tí ó yan. Gèrè alimi ló wà o.
Alright, you're welcome back. Of course, it is still the Friday edition, the TJ edition of the AM Drive, which is live from our studio here in Akwata, Yakuba. You can still reach us live and Star Times 113, free to 502, and also on Facebook at Kwara TV if you're just joining us. It is time for the discussion segment this very lovely morning, and to do justice to that, we already have our guest in the studio, and today we will be talking about our environment. Yesterday, the Commissioner for Environment actually, told us that the time frame for sanitation now has been extended to 3 hours. That is because, like they say, cleanliness is next to godliness, and that is why we are going to be discussing about sanitation, why we should clean our environment, why we should stay away from germs and diseases, because we have so many diseases rampant now in the country, ranging from monkeypox to diarrhea to so many other things. And to do justice to this particular topic today about sanitation is Mr. Akintola Akinyemi. He is the Executive Director, Green Climate Restoration Global Initiative. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, thank you.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, thank you.
So others, we are what we do, we are what we say. And of course, having an epidemic-free society lies in our daily living, how we prioritize our hygienic living, and how we take our self-security in terms of health, important lies in that. So that's why we want to give you a lot of tips that you and I would need to have that clean environment and of course epidemic-free society today. Welcome again once again.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ti sọ pé ìmọ́tótó ló ń borí àrùn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀yẹ́ ṣe ń borí ooru àti wípé ìlera òun ni oògùn ọrọ̀. Bí èèyàn bá ti wà ní ìlera tó péye, kò sí nǹkan míì tí èèyàn tó lè máa retí mọ́, torí ẹni tí ò ní ìlera tí ò tún rówó jẹun, kí ló ń fà ní àìnílera? Owó tí ó yẹ kó fi jẹun yóò tún máa kó lọ lé ìwòsàn. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Akíntọ́lá Akínyẹmí tí wọ́n ṣe aláṣẹ àti olùdarí iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí sí ìṣiṣẹ́ ètò ìmọ́tótó ní ìpínlẹ̀ wa Kwara tí a mọ̀ sí green climate. Ṣé mo gbà àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà kọ́ ni?
Ẹ ṣeun gidi gan, ẹ gbà lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀.
Ẹ ṣeun gan ni. Kẹ́hìndé.
All right, this morning our focus will be how to achieve a clean environment and epidemic-free society. And now I will have to start like a layman would do. We have to start, Yoruba will say, I'm sorry for taking your language. All right, what are some of the primary reasons why we need our environment, a society, to be clean? Let's start with that.
All right, thank you very much. I think I'll begin by saying that the environment is our house. Okay. That is where we live, where we thrive. And it is important that we keep this space secure, safe, and sustainable. Otherwise, there will be issues ranging from health, economic crises, economic loss, in fact, loss of lives and properties. So the economy, the environment cannot be underestimated at any rate. So, and I believe that as we delve further in this conversation, we have broader insight into the environmental issues.
Okay. Thank you. From what you said, you really did not say much, but I need to ask. We all know that we need to keep our environment clean. We need to do some sanitations to keep ourselves away from the diseases. But what are the things you think are some of the prerequisites for having a clean environment at any given time?
It's all begin with understanding that health is wealth. Just like Mr. Kamaldeen said the other time, wípé ìmọ́tótó ó borí àrùn gbogbo. And tá bá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìmọ́tótó, it begins with our body, in fact our mind, because enter lórí la gbé jáde. Yes, you need a clean mind, you know, the orientation that we have. Tá bá lérò wípé ojúṣe ìjọba ni tí àwa ará ìlú bá ti dọ̀tí ìlú tán, ojúṣe ìjọba ni láti wá palẹ̀ ìdọ̀tí yẹn mọ́. Tó bá jẹ́ pé irú ìtagbé sí òye wa nìyẹn, a rí i pé yóò mẹ́hẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ nítorí pé kí ni ìgbà tẹ́ fẹ́ dọ̀tí ilẹ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ lọ kó dọ̀tí wálé látọjà péjọba. You understand? So we really need to have a sanitized mentality first. Okay. All right, because that is what we transform into the physical environment. Also, how we take care of our own bodies also. So to me, the prerequisite to have a clean environment is to have a well-informed mindset, you know, have a well-informed orientation about the environment.
Okay. If I'm here before I end over to Kamaldeen, we see, let's come down to Kwara State here. A lot of measures the government have been taking. One of it is what we open up with here now. That every Saturday, the last Saturday of the month now, we now have a rental sanitation. Even if you don't have anything to do, even if just to sweep your surroundings, you are being mandated to stay indoor and do that things on your own. And we also have those ones that they establish in the market areas, commercial centers. That say every Thursday they have to come out within the 2 hours of they are doing like 2 hours to have their when we're working 3 hours, like having their working and safe environment to be get clean on weekly basis. But there's some people that may come out every day to their shop and also open their wares, not minding getting this place clean. Now, all these measures that the government are putting in place, we still have all these environmental hazards where we see many areas that are not supposed to be full of debris in Kwara State. Why don't you think we have this?
Thank you very much. I quickly want to say that it is until the people take responsibilities by themselves, you know, that is until when we begin to have significant impact of government interventions, especially in Kwara State. I can say that there is a big improvement from the hand of the state government through the Ministry of Environment. Yes. All right. I can categorically say that there has been an increased number of rural bins, and of course the waste collecting contractor van, you know, in town. You know, even the government. I'm talking about the government now.
That where those rural bins cannot be placed, we now have a conveyor to taking it around.
I'm still coming there. What I'm saying is that the government is making effort, but like I said, you know, I said we need to actually have the right orientation.
Yes. The mentality.
The mentality. First. If our belief is that the government is responsible for, you know, taking care of our waste 100%, then there will be chaos everywhere. All right. The government is doing its part, but what about we, the people? All right. Are we checking what we are eating? All right. The last time I was here, I scratched a little bit about that. That if you check, there is something called waste sorting, and there is another part of it that is called waste auditing. If we check a bin and pick every item inside that bin, majority of the waste are generated from what we eat, ranging from pure water sachets, bottle, drink, cans, and food wraps. Okay, we have shifted from consumption of natural foods, all right, to processed foods, and every company want to brand their product to make it beautiful and acceptable. Yes, acceptability. All right. So if those are not decorated and made beautiful, you will not buy. All right. So these are what we have in our waste bin. So if people do not check what they eat and go back to nature, where you go to the market, you buy your own potatoes instead of going on the shelf to pick up a potato flour or potato flakes or whatever. Yeah. All right. So I think it will make a big difference. It will make a big difference when we go back to nature. You know, eat the food the way they come from the farm. Not that our food leave the farm straight to the factory and straight to the warehouse, from the warehouse to the market, and we go to the market to bring it home. And when we put all this waste together, this is just the channel through which we generate this waste. All right. So if this is not properly checked, I can tell there is nothing government can do than what they have been doing. All right. And secondly, it still speaks to the fact that the government cannot do it alone. The first instance I painted is basically for individuals, for every household, for every citizen. Okay. While the second one I'll be talking about is for business enterprises. Organizational. Yes, organizations, private entity, and all of that. We really need to understand that the job of the government is really broad. Okay. And among this is the environment, you know, environmental sustainability, all right? But we have our quota to pay, even as our business entities, okay? How many people are willing to go into waste collection and recycling or sorting, so to say, all right? Majority of time when you see people doing this job, you don't even want to interface with them. You look down on them. And you do not know they are doing a great job for you. Have you moved a little closer to the compactor? Even when there is no dirt inside it, you will smell methane. Methane is an highly potent greenhouse gas. I'm going so far. Exactly. You understand? Now, that methane, majority of these things are carcinogenic. That is, they have the tendency, the potential to cause cancer. Okay. All right? I can say that many years ago, let me say maybe about 2.5 decades ago, cancer is, in quotes, rich man's disease or sickness. But now, you will see people from helpless families and communities having cancers of the throat, cancers of the breast, and all sorts of very devastating health issues. Where are all these things coming from? Okay, don't you feel it's as a result of the heavily polluted air? There is no how wealthy you are that you want to buy the air you breathe. You can select the brand of clothes you wear and the shoes, but you cannot buy the air you breathe. That is the reason why we need to take it upon ourselves and leave the government. The government is doing its job, but we should not be idle and have that mentality of is the government's job. Yes, they have their part to play in the aspect of policy, which I will still speak to, but being responsible citizens ourselves, there is something called responsible production and consumption. Okay. All right? The consumption is from we the people. The production is from the business owners. All right? All this branded foods and all of that. Are they funding or supporting research that will promote discovery, adoption, and utilization of degradable packaging materials they are using that they can adopt into packaging their products? All right, at least to minimize the likes of their carbon footprint and their waste footprint. Okay, so if all of these things are not, integrated, we need institutional synergy from the private to the government. To make this work together. Work in synergy. And to the grassroots, okay?
We'll talk more of this. Let's take a look at. Anyway, let me hand you over to the Yoruba desk so that let him have more questions. Yeah.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí àlejò wa Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Akíntọ́lá Akínyẹmí. A mọ̀ pé ọmọ Akin ni lóòótọ́ ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ní ọmọ Akin ò gbọ́dọ̀ sí ojú. Lé jẹ́ kémi bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bí wọ́n ní pé sọ gbódilé sọ̀gbẹ́dìgbòrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin elétò ìmọ́tótó bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe rí nítorí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ agbègbè lẹ ti sọ di onímọ́tótó pẹ̀lú túláàsì bóyá ẹ fẹ́ àbí ẹ̀kọ́. Ọ̀nà wo ni ẹ̀yin rò wípé ìjọba lè gbà máa rówó pa wọlé látara àgbékalẹ̀ ìmọ́tótó ní ìpínlẹ̀ wa Kwara?
Ẹ ṣeun olóòtú. ibi tí ẹ gbé mi lọ yẹn ó tún ìpele kan nìyẹn tún jẹ́ bí ìjọba ti ṣe lè pawó wọlé, that is generating money internally. Ṣe rí ètò àyíká gbálẹ̀ gbádọ̀tì kílù mọ́, ó jẹ́ ètò tó yẹ pé ó lówó lórí ju bá ti ṣe lérò lọ, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo wa la mọ̀ wípé ohun tá a bá kówó lé lórí kò lè mówó jáde tó rówó la fi ń wá owó. Ṣé kò yé yín? Tí ẹ bá béèrè lóye ọwọ́ àwọn ẹ̀ka ìjọba tí wọ́n mójútó ètò àyíká, wọ́n sọ fún iye tí wọ́n ná lórí dísù, iye tán ná lórí pé à ń kó ìdọ̀tí lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lófò. Ṣó yé yín nìsín? Ṣùgbọ́n ibi tí a lo ayé dé, tí ọ̀làjú dé, ṣàṣàlẹ̀ fún máa dé inú fámìlì kan ní ibi tí ayé dé dúró sí yìí, tẹ́ni bá ẹnìkan tó ní at least secondary school certificate kò fẹ́ sí, mi ò fẹ́ gbé lọ sí pé tó ní BSc. Ṣé ó yé yín nìsín? Tá a bá wá rí wípé ayé ti là wá lójú débi pé ká lọ sílé ìwé ká gbẹ̀kọ́, ó yẹ ká ní òye wípé àwa la gbọ́dọ̀ mójútó àyíká àti agbègbè wa. Ṣó yé yín? Now tá bá sọ wípé báwo ni ìjọba ṣe lè rí owó pa wọlé láti ètò kólẹ́kùdọ̀tì, ó pọ̀ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ, ṣùgbọ́n tá a fi lérò ní pé ìjọba fúnra rẹ̀ ń wò pé tóun bá ní pé kí òun na ìyẹ́ lórí pé kóun máa pa owó wọlé ní gbogbo kọ̀rọ̀kọ́ndù yìí pẹ̀lú bí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé ṣe rí lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí, yóò nira díẹ̀ fáwọn ènìyàn. Ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ gbọ́tẹ́ president wa máa sọ wípé there is no any other way, pé síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ náà a sì gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe àwọn nǹkan kò sí bó ṣe yẹ pé ó nira tó. Ṣó yé yín sìn? Ṣe rí owó tí ìjọba lè pa wọlé ó wá láti ilé kọ̀ọ̀kan, kẹ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ má mú produce ìdọ̀tí. Tẹ́ ẹ bá fọwọ́ yí ara yín nísìn ìgbà tá a bá rógbórógbó yẹ pé ó jáde. Ṣó yé yín bẹ́ẹ̀ nísìn ẹ máa só ara rẹ̀ náà ni. Ṣó yé yín sìn bá wá pẹ́yìn báyìí a máa mú pure water. Ṣó yé yín nísìn kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa kẹ́ ẹ lo 10 minutes 30 minutes níbìkan ẹ máa generate waste. Ṣó yé yín sìn lẹ́yìn tó túmọ̀ sí wípé ìjọba ó lè pa owó wọlé láti ibikíbi tí àwọn èèyàn bá ti ń kójọpọ̀, ìṣe ṣọ́ọ̀bù ni, ìṣe ọ́fíìsì ni, ìṣe ilé ni. Ẹ wá wo iye ilé tí ń bẹ ní Ìlọrin wa lásán, ká má sọ pé gbogbo Kwara, tá a ti jùmọ̀ pé sòfà níwọ̀n ìgbà tí àwọn èèyàn bá ti ń gbé ibẹ̀ o, ìdọ̀tí ó mọ jáde. Ṣùgbọ́n táwọn èèyàn bá fẹ́ ṣera wọn ní àǹfààní kí wọ́n dín bí wọ́n ṣe ń lọ sọ́yí ọjà lọ kó ìdọ̀tí wálé kan dínkù, ó ní mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn. Ṣó yé yín nìsín?
Ọ̀nà wo làwa mọ̀ pé ọjà tá a lọ àti kó dọ̀tí wálé láti ọjà? Báwo la ṣe mọ̀ pé gbogbo ohun tí mo rà yìí ìdọ̀tí ló jẹ́, àbí èwo ni ò yẹ kí n gbà lọ́jà tí mo ti gbà wálé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìdọ̀tí?
Mo sọ kinní kan nígbà tí mò ń bá wọn onífínnífín sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, mo ní pé a nílò àkójọwọ́ láti ẹ̀ka aládàáni, okòwò àti ìjọba. A ní láti jọ ṣiṣẹ́ papọ̀. Ibi tí a ti ń kó ìdọ̀tí wálé pọ̀ púpọ̀, àwọn ìyá wa tí ń bẹ lọ́jà wọ́n ti mú mọ́mì wa yìí ní kọ́sítọ́mà. Ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta mọ́mì wa ìgbà tán rajà tán, kíní nálọ̀ òun kò lé tó wọn kò èso original, ẹ jẹ́ kí n bá yín dọ́bù ẹ̀. Ìdọ̀tí di méjì. So tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn wà nírú àwọn set tó yẹ pé owó ni ẹ fi mọ́ kó dọ̀tí dànù, èyí tó túmọ̀ sí wípé agbọ̀n lẹ́wọ̀n ó tètè kún, yóò tètè pọ̀ owó mi jáde ní àpò wọn. Tó ti yé yín nìsín, apá kan nìyẹn. Àwọn tó bá jẹ́ wípé wọ́n ń dúró de ìjọba kó gbé mọ́tò wá, wọ́n tún ṣe kíni, wọ́n tún dákún wàhálà tí ń bẹ ńlẹ̀ fún ìjọba nù. Ṣé ti understand nìsín? Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta ni pé àwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n ń kanná sí ni, ìyẹn ló burú jù.
Torí mò ń bọ̀ wá mọ́tì láàrin nínú ìdọ̀tí tá à ń sọ yìí, ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn ìdọ̀tí kan wà tó ń gba atẹ́gùn kọjá, àwọn kan wà tó ń gba omi kọjá, àti àwọn kan tó wà lórí ilẹ̀, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ti sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé òun ló fa àìsàn jẹjẹrẹ fún àwọn kan látàrí ìdọ̀tí tí wọ́n fà símú lójoojúmọ́. Àwọn èyí tí wọ́n ń dà sómi kan torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn agbègbè kan tí wọ́n bá ti dalẹ̀ sí ojúsàn àgbàrá àbí kan dà sí ojú odò tó ń sàn, àwọn ò tí ì ráyè dalẹ̀ nù lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n. Ojú wo lẹ fi wo àárín mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta?
Ẹ ṣeun fún apá àbí tẹ́ tún gbé mi lọ yẹn. Ṣe rí wọ́n máa ń pè nǹkan ní awareness and
ìlanilọ́yẹ̀
ẹ ṣeun ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ ṣe rí ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ ò lè pọ̀ jù kò lè pọ̀ jù a nílò láti máa ṣe ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ lóòrèkóòrè fún àwọn èèyàn káwọn èèyàn já mi nínú ká máa dalẹ̀ sí ojú àgbàrá torí pé kí ni tẹ́ bá wo àwọn ìdọ̀tí tá à ń kójọ yìí oríṣiríṣi kẹ́míkà ni wọ́n pò papọ̀ tí wọ́n fi ṣe wọ́n tí wọ́n fi kó wọn jọ pọ̀ ìmíì tí wọ́n fi ṣe lọ́jọ̀ ìgbà tó bá di wípé wọ́n lọ sí inú omi àwọn kinní yìí omi yóò fọ̀ wọ́n sínú ara rẹ̀ and ó ní nǹkan kọ́kọ́ pè ní ground water àti surface water ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn abúlé tó yẹ pé iṣẹ́ ìjọba ò tí ì dé tó jẹ́ pé omi náà ni wọ́n ń bùwẹ̀ wọ́n ń bù mu ibi tí àìsàn ó ti ilé lọ sóko ṣé ti understand tí ó ti toko wálé torí pé kíni ìgbà tó bí ó bá di pé wọ́n mu omi wọ́n ní diarrhea ìgbẹ́ gbuuru tí wọ́n bá ti ń lọ yàgbẹ́ gbuuru yóò ní bí ó ṣe affect bí wọ́n ṣe lè ṣiṣẹ́ òòjọ́ wọn sí gẹ́gẹ́ bí iṣẹ́ oko bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ rí wípé ẹlòmíì gan tún lè gbabẹ̀ sọdá nítorí pé kíni ó lè jẹ́ pé irú àgbègbè bẹ́yẹn bóyá irú ìgbèríko bẹ́yẹn kò tí ì sí iṣẹ́ àwọn onímọ̀ ìlera tó súnmọ́ wọn pẹ́kípẹ́kí so yẹ yín so gbogbo àwọn èyí yóò wá jẹ́ pé ẹnìkan ìgbádùn rẹ̀ ó fi ń kó bá ẹnìkejì sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn so and bákan náà tẹ́ bá wo oúnjẹ tá à ń jẹ Ọlọ́run ó ṣètò rẹ̀ débi wípé ó mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ṣe kí omi ibi tí omi tí ó gbà nínú ayé ó ju ibi tí ìyàngbẹ́ ilẹ̀ gbà lọ toró ti ní ká mọ bí sí ká mọ rẹ̀ sí ó ní tó wá pè ní seafood ṣe rí seafood yìí tẹ́ bá mẹ́jẹ tẹ́ bá mú sórí yẹn yóò kú ní ibi tọ́lọ́ ń dá sí nínú omi so àti èmi ní akàn ní o kọ̀ǹkọ̀ ní o edé ní o àti oríṣiríṣi tọ́lọ́ ń ṣẹ̀dá sínú omi ní tí ń bẹ nínú omi ju ní tí ń bẹ lórí ilẹ̀ lọ ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ìdọ̀tí tá à ń dá sódò tí à ń dá sínú àgbàrá ó ń lọ ń ṣe kí ni ṣe ìjàmbá fún àwọn ohun abẹ̀mí tí ń bẹ nínú omi nígbà tó Ọlọ́run ṣe lọ́jọ́ kò tẹ̀ ní pé ká lọ kábọ̀ seafood oúnjẹ tó yí wá láti inú omi ó ṣe kókó ó ṣara lóore lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀
ẹ̀rọ amúlùtutù
ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún yànnà náà bẹ́ẹ̀ díẹ̀ ẹ̀rí tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹja ni ìyún tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹja tí ò ń ṣe pé wọ́n ti fi kẹ́míkà àtẹ̀fọ́mọ́ ẹ̀ǹbámu òkú tí wọ́n ti fi ẹ̀ǹbámu ẹ̀ náà tó ṣìpù ẹ̀ wá fún wa tó yẹ pé bó ṣe wà ní omi náà ṣe gbé wá ó ṣara láǹfààní lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹ yín nìsín ó ṣara láǹfààní ju ẹja tí wọ́n sìn oúnjẹ tí wọ́n fi bọ̀ dàgbà tí wọ́n ti fi kẹ́míkà sí tá a mọ ìyìn tí kẹ́míkà ọ̀hún gan jẹ́ ibi tí kánsà kíníkan ti ń wá ní mò ń sọ yìí o ìyàtọ̀ wà ohun ìtọ́lọ̀ ń dá sínú omi ní jẹ àti ewé tí ń gbìn everything tó ń jẹ nìyẹn so gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá ti wá ń dalẹ̀ sí inú omi inú àgbàrá ẹja ọ̀dá nǹkan kan mọ̀ àwọn tí mẹ́bẹ̀ oúnjẹ náà wọ́n pe lẹ́dà tí ń bọ̀ tí wọ́n bá ti gbé mi bọ́jà yẹn lóyún ní o bó lẹ́yìn sínú ní o kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ ẹ̀yin náà sì mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹja ṣe máa ń pọ̀ sí tó bá wá jẹ́ pé wá bí 1000 rú rẹ̀ ló gbé nylon jẹ tó kú ó kú toyún nù kí ló túmọ̀ sí ni wípé àdínkù ń bá oúnjẹ wa ṣó ti yẹ yín nìsín yóò wá jẹ́ wọ̀nba ẹja tó bá wá dé gbòòrò olówó ló lè rà àwọn tí owó wọn ò tó nǹkan wọn ò ní lè rà torí pé kí ni yọ wà wọ́n
tó ṣe pọ̀
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni yọ wọ́n lówó yọ wọ́n rírí ẹ mọ̀ ní tí wọ́n sọ pé kí n fi epo sàwọn iṣẹ́ àpèjúwe epo wà ní ilé epo kan bẹ̀rùn ilé epo àkótí ìdílé epo kí ló fà á epo kan náà ní the same way ló ṣe máa jẹ́ tó yẹ pé àwọn tí wọ́n bá tún lẹ́sẹ̀ nínú iṣẹ́ òkòwò yẹn ni wọ́n á rí ọjà gbà ìwọ tí ò bá lẹ́sẹ̀ tó bó ṣe yẹ ò lè rọjà gbà àdúgbò kan ló sì ń gbọ́jà tiẹ̀ náà lọ lẹ́yìn tó túmọ̀ sí pé ibi ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ará àdúgbò ń.
látàrí àìbìkítà
látàrí pé à ń dalẹ̀ sí àgbàrá à ń dalẹ̀ sódò so ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà a kì í wo
àwọn tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀
bó ṣe jínú tó.
lára rẹ̀ wá ní èyí tí à ń fà sí mú kọ́ torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn agbègbè kan làwọn iléeṣẹ́ wà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn kẹ́míkà tó ń gbé jáde gẹ́gẹ́ bí èéfì tó ṣe àkóbá fún ìlera àwọn tó ń gbé àdúgbò ọ̀kan nù. Àwọn ojú ọ̀nà tíjọba ṣe tí wọ́n ṣe lásìpàtì tí wọn ò parí rẹ̀, eruku tó ń jáde sínú ẹlòmíì ní ikọ́ asthma tó jẹ́ pé kò gbọdọ̀ fa eruku yìí símú tó sì ń ṣàkóbá fún un tí ó tètè mọ̀ pé ohun tó wà ní ojúlé òpópónà karùn-ún sílé tó ń gbé eruku tó ń fẹ́ wá láti bẹ̀ ló ń ṣàkóbá fún un tí fi ń ní àkọlùkọgbà ìlera ara rẹ̀ ní ojoojúmọ́. Kí ni a lè rí ṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ ilé gẹ́gẹ́ bí elétò ìlera?
Ibi tí ètò àyíká tó dé, inú mi dùn pé ẹ ti mú lọ́tún ẹ ti mú lósì. A sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa títómi, a sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa torí ilẹ̀, a sọ̀rọ̀ pa tafẹ́fẹ́. Ṣé rí tafẹ́fẹ́ yẹn gbogbo wa ló bá wí, àtijọba o, àtàwọn onílé iṣẹ́ o, àtàwa fúnra wa. Níbi tàwa fúnra wa làwọn tí ń kánná lu ilẹ̀ tó ń dáná sun igbó. Ẹ rí wípé àwọn lẹ́dà tí wọ́n ṣe nǹkan gbogbo tá a rà lọ́jà tán fi ń ṣe lọ́jọ́ yẹn, ọ̀dà ni wọ́n fi tẹ nǹkan sí lára tí ó gbẹ fi fáìn bó ṣe rí yẹn. Kò sí sẹ́ni tí yóò ní pé òun gọ̀gọ̀gọ̀gọ̀ tí ó gbé ọ̀dà mu. Nínú ètò sáyẹ́ǹsì wọ́n pè nǹkan kan ní change of state. Bí nǹkan tó jẹ́ odidi tó ṣe dìmú bó ṣe lè paradà di afẹ́fẹ́, nǹkan tó jẹ́ bí omi bó ṣe lè padà di nǹkan bí odidi, bí ká mú omi ká fi sínú freezer kó di ice block. So ti yẹ yín nìsín. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́lẹ́ ni àwọn ìdọ̀tí tá ń lò yìí tẹ́ ẹ bá ti kójọ látọjà tẹ́ délé tẹ́ kánná sí, ẹ rí i pé yóò padà di èéfín.
Yóò wá jáde lọ.
Èéfín yẹn lèmi àti yín láàfin símú. Kí la fi símú? A fi ọ̀dà sínú. Ṣó ti yẹ yín nìsín yìí, ọ̀dà tá a sì ń sọ yìí petrochemical product ni. Ṣó ti yẹ yín? So ìgbà tó bá di pé a fi gbogbo àwọn kinní yìí sínú yóò dá wàhálà sí àgọ́ ara wa. Ìkíní nìyẹn. Èkejì nípa títí àwọn olóyè iléeṣẹ́ ni wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ló yẹ pé generator ni wọ́n ń lò. Tán bá ti sáná sí generator, èéfín tó ń jáde níbi generator ó jẹ́ pé ó ní bí ó ṣe ń dàpọ̀ mọ́ afẹ́fẹ́ tí à ń fẹ́ tá à ń fín símú. Wá lè wá wò pé ṣé wọ́n wà ní lóná mọ́ ni àbí wọ́n ní ṣe iṣẹ́ òòjọ́ wọn. A rí wípé ibí yìí ni a ti nílò láti ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú ìjọba kí ìjọba láfojúsùn. Èmi o bóyá minister of energy ní mi o and power, ọdún mẹ́rin àbọ̀dún méjì tí mo wà lọ́fíìsì yìí o, ètò náà mo fẹ́ mójútó. Tí iná bá dúró re kò sí tó ní pé káwọn yẹn lọ gbọ́n gbé kẹ́ẹ̀gì lọ́mọ ra pẹtró àbí kán lọ́mọ ra jẹnẹrétọ̀. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín. Àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni pé àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣe àwọn oúnjẹ tí wọ́n pákéjì tá à ń jẹ yìí wọ́n pọ́n nílọrin wa yìí bí àwọn iléeṣẹ́ oníbùgàn búrẹ́dì gbẹ̀mọ́ra wọn báwọn. Èéfín tí wọ́n ń ṣe sínú afẹ́fẹ́ ó pọ̀ lọ́pọ̀, ó pọ̀ ju bí a ti ṣe lérò lọ. Ó sì ń ṣe kíni dísù ní ọ̀dà sínú kíní léyìí tó túmọ̀ sí pé dísù tó jẹ́ liquid yẹn tí wọ́n bá ti gbé sínú generator tí wọ́n fà á, ó ti convert ẹ̀ sí afẹ́fẹ́ gas àti mí dísù sínú. In tó ń kó bá wa rí nígbà tẹ́ bá da omi sínú generator ní kẹ́ wá fàkẹ́ ní yóò ṣiṣẹ́ kò ní ṣiṣẹ́. In ló ń jẹ́ kí ẹ́ńjìnì tiwa náà kọ́ mọ nọ́ọ̀kì lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. Tó yẹ yín. So ẹ rí i pé a ti mú láti orí olóríjorí dọ́dọ̀ àwọn oníléeṣẹ́ àti àwọn ìjọba. So
àwọn tó wà lọ ẹ má bínú pé mo dá àwọn yín lọ́rọ̀ wọn kì í pọ̀ bá gbogbo lẹ́nu. Èyí wá wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn aládàáni kí n tó gbé yín lọ sọ́dọ̀ Kẹ́hìndé. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ìlú àbí agbègbè àbí ká sọ pé bí àwọn estate kan kí n pè bẹ́ẹ̀ ó lè yí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni wọ́n fẹ́ àwọn ọkọ̀ tó lè wá máa kó ìdọ̀tí níbi tí wọ́n ń gbé. Ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò rí, kódà ó máa ń fàjà láàrin lọ́kọ-láyà lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìdílé. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mi ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi bíi méjì kan máa ń sọ, ó sì máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi náà. Ẹ dákun ẹ bá wa falẹ̀ yìí dání, tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ tẹ́ ẹ bá rí goro dalẹ̀ kẹ́ bá wa dànù tí wọn ò ní rántí pàtàkì jùlọ àwọn tó bá ń wọ ọmọ lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n ń lo diaper pampers fáwọn ọmọ wọn. Wọ́n nílò irú nǹkan báyìí tó jẹ́ pé kì í ṣe gbogbo goro tá à ń wí yìí láàrin ìgboro nìkan ló dé, kò dé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀yìn ìlú. Tí ìjọba bá lè ṣàgbékalẹ̀ bóyá àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan bóyá ọjọ́ ajé ni wọ́n lọ sí ọ̀nà GRA tó bá di ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta wọ́n lọ sọ́nà alágbàdo ọjọ́ jímọ̀ wọ́n gbọ̀nà ìrèwọlédé lọ tó jẹ́ pé agboolé kọ̀ọ̀kan kódà bó ṣe múrí márùn àbí àpò kọ̀ọ̀kan lèèyàn bá ń san lóṣooṣù kó pọ̀ jù tó jẹ́ pé bóyá méjì àbẹ́mẹ́ta ni wọ́n mọ̀ wá àwọn àwùjọ àwọn community tí wọ́n jẹ́ aṣojú agbègbè wọn ni wọ́n mọ̀ gba owó wọn ní ojú ilé kọ̀ọ̀kan tó jẹ́ pé tí oṣù bá ti parí wọ́n lọ san owó ìdọ̀tí gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń gba owó iná.
Ẹ ṣeun olóòtú àṣẹ rí bí mo ṣe sọ ó kù níbọn ró ni fún ìjọba torí ìjọba náà ló ń ṣàkóso lórí gbogbo àyíká àti agbègbè ibi tí ìpínlẹ̀ wọn bá dé. Àbákan náà èmi ó sọ wípé ọ̀nà tí wọ́n lè gbà kìí ti ẹ̀ṣọ́ estate nìkan àwọn agbègbè míì wọnú tí ọ̀nà ò tọ́ débẹ̀ àyẹ̀rí pé àwọn agbègbè míì kan ọ̀nà tí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́tò ńlá ò lè gbàbẹ̀. So irú nǹkan báyìí lè a rí pé àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe okòwò ká gba ilẹ̀ ká kó ilẹ̀ ìjọba ní láti fún wọn ní ìwúrí ìjọba nílò láti fún wọn ní ìwúrí ṣe rí ó lè dún bákan létí ni tí ìjọba bá ní pé òkè nínú àwọn táwọn ṣe ìkúnpá fún àwọn fẹ́ ṣe ìkúnpá fún àwọn èèyàn 100 tí ó ṣetán láti mọ kó ilẹ̀ kó dọ̀tí ó kú níbi tíjọba ti ní pé wọ́n máa darí gbogbo ilẹ̀ ìlú sí àbí so àwọn èèyàn ní wọ́n wọnú ìlú lọ wọ́n wà o ṣùgbọ́n ìkúnpá tí mò ń sọ ẹ̀gbọ́n lè sọ pé Kwara Premium ìgbà kan àwo kan èèyàn mélòó nínú wọn ló jẹ́ pé iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n gbé lọ ní iṣẹ́ pé kólẹ́kòdọ̀tí ni èmi ṣe tí ó sì ṣe kíni tí ó sọ pẹ̀lú gbogbo ògbóyà tí wọ́n sì gbà wípé ahọ́n eléyìí iṣẹ́ ìlú ló ń ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹyin so tí ìjọba bá tún lè ṣe kíni tó tún lè kún wọn lọ́wọ́ á rí i pé yóò ṣe pàtàkì díẹ̀ sí á tún rí i pé lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí ìjọba ní pé kí àwọn sagoro sàlẹ̀ bólàbólà bí kí wọ́n máa pè wọ́n pé kán dá iṣẹ́ wọn kọ́ ṣe rí kò sí tó lójú tí ò ní ẹ̀yìn tá a bá wò lọ sí wákàwò sẹ́yìn iṣẹ́ táwọn pípù yẹn ń ṣe lóòótọ́ kàńdá lè wà nù wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kàńdá lè wà nù wọn ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá lè ṣe àkójọpọ̀ wọn iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣe tá a bá wò ó dé sàkún kò ń ṣiṣẹ́ kékeré ẹ kàn wò pé gbogbo ilẹ̀ táwọn sà náà fi ń jẹun tí wọn ò bá sálẹ̀ yẹn kò sóúnjẹ fún wọn apá kan wọn ká wá wò pé ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n sà yẹn kí wọ́n wọ́n ilẹ̀ ká pa wọn 10 iye ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n sà lọ́sẹ̀ kan kí wọ́n wá kúrú ilẹ̀ kan lọ dà sádùúgbò kan ìgbà yẹn ni wọ́n mọ iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣe pé tí wọ́n ń kó kúrò nírú àdúgbò yẹn ní tó bó ṣe tó rè ṣára àlàyé mi yé yín báyìí nìsín so èmi ò fi taratara ní wípé kí wọ́n dá wọn lọ́wọ́ kọ́ ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n bá lè ṣe ètò ìforúkọsílẹ̀ ìdánimọ̀ fún wọn kí wọ́n ní ẹgbẹ́ tó fi yẹ pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn báyìí bí irú àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbalẹ̀ tí wọ́n ṣe registration pẹ̀lú ìjọba wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé àwọn kan iléeṣẹ́ báyìí ní wọ́n máa kó lẹ́ẹ̀bì so tí wọ́n bá ní irú association báwọn náà bákan náà yóò ṣe pàtàkì ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì tó tún dàbí rẹ̀ ní wípé ẹ rí i pé nígbà kan ètò àyíká yìí náà wọ́n gbé dé ìdíkọ̀ tó yẹ pé kódà kó o mọ̀ wa ọkọ̀ rẹ láti Ìlọrin lọ sí Jẹ́bà tí ẹ̀ka àwọn agbófinró tán wà ní ẹ̀ka tí wọ́n bá ti dá ọdún ní tí wọ́n kọ́ béèrè ní pé goro lẹ́rẹ̀dà àwọn ẹ̀hún mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ibi tẹ́ bá ti lo 10 minutes 15 minutes 30 minutes ẹ lo ìdọ̀tí so àwọn akó ènìyàn sínú mọ́tò òun lọ rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ kò sí ìdọ̀tí kankan ẹ rí i pé àwọn náà ti mú wọlé nù so bákan náà ló ṣe jẹ́ pé ilé mélòó ló ní goro ilẹ̀.
I think I need to cut you short there, Kamaldeen, because you have already mentioned something about burning refuse at home. Most of our community, or should I say residents, do not have access to the rural bins, like you said, because they are placed on strategic places in the Kwara State. I believe that's why some of those people tend to burn refuse at home. But now that you said it is very hazardous and dangerous to human health, what are some of the acceptable ways you think residents, or what should I say, individuals can dispose their refuse, and even organizations? What do you think is some of the acceptable or legal ways of disposing refuse?
Thank you very much. I think my focus will still reiterate what I have said earlier. Before we go to dispose, you don't dispose what you don't generate. So it still boils down to generation. All right? And when we are talking about generation, it comes straight from the companies. Okay? Majority of these companies claim they carry out CSR. Yeah, it is okay. They can carry CSR, giving scholarship and all of that.
That's social responsibility.
Corporate social responsibility. But most times, they always shy away from the climate and environment matters. Okay. What am I saying is that what if you fund or provide funding for people to begin to clean the environment? We bring people together on a Saturday and pick. Before you look at your back in the next few minutes, those people have dropped another thing. But a system that can collect waste at household level that will equally empower some people. Yes. People need to get them engaged. People need startup capitals. All right. If these companies can incorporate environmental sustainability into their CSR, I think it goes a long way. Okay. Yes, it is excellent to fund somebody instead of all these corporate the bodies, these big companies
giving prizes, awards,
sponsoring nonsense online, some TV shows or something. Let's put money into this. See, the corporate society need to look away from business as usual. Money, profit. We need to place priority on our environment, on posterity, on our health. Every brand wants to say that they are part of BBZ, they are part of BBY. You understand what I'm saying? But why not the environment where they are making the money?
Where you make the money, where
you understand?
Stay.
The general populace that are buying your products, what about their health? What about their well-being? Okay? So it is not enough to sponsor maybe 10 people from just 10 families in the whole wide state or community. What if you pick 10 communities and you say you are establishing waste bank? All right? Where people can bring their waste, all right? And the same person can either upcycle or downcycle or recycle. Okay. You understand what I'm saying now? So if this system, government alone cannot do it. That is why I'm saying this.
It's a very wide.
It's a very broad.
All they're putting in place is look like it's not really showing. And
it's because the populace is. The population is really so much.
Exactly.
And how many people are actually in? What's the ratio of the people in government to the governed? What's the ratio?
The residents.
You understand? What's the ratio? So I think it is not just about disposal alone. We should, the moment our brain is thinking waste disposal, we will continue to generate the waste. All right? So the company also, are they working hand in hand with corporate and civil societies, NGOs, and even research institutes to fund research on how to develop biodegradable packaging materials? If you get to some countries, there is no all these PET bottles and these nylons all over. You can't find pure water in some countries.
Because they do sell it. Once you recycle, you even get money back for recycling.
Thank you. There is this video trending on Instagram where the people go to a machine with their can waste bottles and PET bottles, and they put this inside and they get a voucher. A voucher they can use in the restaurant or to go and watch a movie or to go and enter a resort to enjoy themselves. Excuse me.
I think this is what those scavenger people are just trying to do here.
Yes. Something like that in Nigeria.
You understand? But it has to be, put in such a way that it will become attractive to everybody. It is not, we can spread the money. All right? We can spread the money. These companies can actually get this done. All right. We have companies in the telecommunication industry. We have in the manufacturing industry. We have in horse or earth sectors and all.
They can make this a branch of their business.
As a CSR, they don't necessarily have to own it. They have to give back to the society. But it should not always be that kind of intervention that is only for their company, projecting their company. It should talk about the people too.
All right, so in case some of these society inhabitants fail to adhere to the clean environment, or what should I say, the society, clean society etiquette, what are some of the hazards that are inherent in such society?
The danger for both the companies and the residents.
I think it should even start from the punishment first. You know, I think I want to give kudos to the government of Kwara State through the Ministry of Environment that set up some task force to should I say arrest people that indiscriminately dispose of waste.
To enforce the law in place.
You know, we have beautiful laws in the country, but we still having issues with implementation and even monitoring and evaluation of this implementation. All right. So I can say that part of the hazard is the looking at it physically. Everywhere is littered. We live inside dirt. And you may say, okay, you clean your own space. The odor coming from here and there, you cannot take it away. All right? So that is part of the implication. And for the fact that you cannot select the air you breathe, it is hazardous to everybody. So there is high level of air pollution. There is high level of water contamination.
Health risk.
Health risk. And I equally want to throw this out as a kind of advice to the government. That they should find a sustainable way to our dump site. If you get to the dump sites, the community around here are almost inhabitable because of the kind of odor that comes from that place. That's number one, which is the air pollution. Secondly, when there is high concentration of this waste in a certain location, what will happen is that there will be heavy deposits of heavy metals maintained, sinking into the underground water. Of course, the soil is gone already. Sinking into the underground water. And you know, underground water is what we live on now. So when it mixes with underground water, that poses us to health risk. You drink the water, forget all these companies, pure water, whatever around. They are not really efficient enough. Okay, so this is part of the issue that we are having, and I think the Ministry of Water should also do better. You know, by visiting this site, giving recommendations and policy regulations to the government.
Thank you so very much. I would have asked for the advice, but you've already said a lot during the discussion. Kamaldi, let's go.
Ẹ ṣe o àlejò wa dúpẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ látòrọ̀ ó dàbí pé ìlànà lọ́yẹ̀ tí ẹ sọ gangan ní kókó lọ́dọ̀ tèmi kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn mọ ohun tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, wọn mọ ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ kí wọ́n rìn. Ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀la lẹ́tùmọ̀ ó di ọjọ́ Monday ọjọ́ Ajé tẹ̀mọ̀ pàdé wa pẹ̀lú akọ́tún ètò AM Drive Kamaldeen Ọláyíwọlá àmẹ́ lórúkọ tèmi ẹ̀kú ẹ̀lẹ́kùn tó lè pẹ̀sẹ̀.
Yeah, it's good that we've had the information we've had. We have the awareness, so let's all hands be on deck to achieve a cleaner and, of course, epidemic-free society is in our hands. Let's all work together. And that is the Children edition of the program AM Drive. Thank you for staying tuned from Monday to today, Friday, of the week's edition. Join us same time Monday for a fresh package of the program. I remain yours, Amina Sadiku Yunus, saying do have yourself a lovely weekend ahead, and bye-bye for now.
All right, our guest this morning has been Mr. Akintola Akinyemi. He is the Executive Director of Green Climate Restoration Goal Initiative. We want to sincerely thank you for coming for the discussion this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, that is how we are going to be wrapping up the Friday edition of the AM Drive. You find it very informative and educative. Please do well to join us on Monday for another fresh edition of the AM Drive. My name is Kehinde Olawe Adeshina, urging you to have yourself a beautiful and a productive week. Keep watching Kwara TV, and bye for now.
when there's a primary